Hey, everybody, welcome to Ohio News Wrap Up, or wherever we're calling this. It's just my time each week with Guy Vogrin. And I know that
Yep.
doesn't sound, like it rolls off the tongue, but hey, it's important to me. So I'm glad to spend some time with you, Guy. How's it
Yeah, we're
going?
doing it at a little different time in a different locale. I'm in Shelby, Ohio, which is in
Whoa.
north central Ohio near Mansfield, and on my way back from Nashville.
It's always good to see you in the suit or the tie. I mean, it's professional, Guy. But now we got relaxed.
Saturday morning guy.
Yeah, yeah. I hate to say unprofessional guy. That denotes that you're not being professional. But hey, Saturday morning, relaxed guy. You got a little bit of a voice thing, so we'll try not to tax you too
Right.
much. But
Okay.
hey, yeah, you enjoyed Nashville, and you got a
Yeah, it's
little
quite
flu.
a good destination, especially if you like country music. But there was a lot of other things to do there, and I highly recommend the RCA Studio B tour. It's the place where Elvis made all his hits, and you'll get a
Okay,
lot of good background there.
Nashville is on my list of things to check out. We tried to check out a year or two ago, but family we were going to see had COVID, so it was tough. But Nashville's on my list. We'll have to check it
Yeah,
out.
it's an 8-hour drive from at least the Mahoning Valley, and it's very easy to get to.
Okay, very good. Hey, I wanted to talk to you. We are taping this Saturday morning, so these games will have happened by the time we post this. But I've
Yeah,
got,
big sports weekend.
oh my gosh, yeah, lots of stuff going on. This is interesting. There's a bunch of stuff happening today. Um, this afternoon, the Guardians play Game Five. It's a deciding game of their series against the Tigers. It
Yeah,
just
they've
came.
had three different start times for this game,
Well,
and now they've settled because of impending weather coming up.
yeah, which is interesting. The game as of yesterday was going to be like 4 o'clock. Now it's going to be 1 o'clock. And you're seeing now, it used to be like maybe it was the good old days when tickets weren't as expensive. Like maybe you and I planned 3 months ago saying, hey, we need to see this game. So it would kind of stink if the game changes the last minute. But we're seeing this a lot more now. Um, I'm intrigued by it, and we're going to talk about Columbus in a second. But you see, like, there's some more flex times in the NFL.
Right.
Hey, if this game's more interesting, let's move the time. Maybe even let's move the date. Um, I'm intrigued by the idea. The old school me says, this stinks. But the new school guy in me, like with the NFL, says, hey, we got to maximize interest. I don't want to watch a Monday night game that doesn't have as much intrigue. Like, what was it this Sunday night? Right now, it's the Bengals and the Giants. Ugh, that
Right.
doesn't sound as interesting. Let's get another game and flex it in. Yeah, it might impact whoever has tickets to the game, but sports is more of a TV thing now. So I say all that, and we'll get your opinion on that, but I say all that to say Saturday night in Columbus, there's a problem. A bunch of interesting events are happening. Ohio State, Oregon has a big college football showdown. That game starts at 7:30. Columbus Crew. Now, in Columbus, they're more of a big deal around Ohio, but they play a game on the road at the same time. And then the Columbus Blue Jackets, and again, Buckeyes have more interest, but in Columbus, the Blue Jackets are of interest. They play a game at 9 p.m. Guy, here's my hot take for today, I guess. Could we move around some more of these games to try to maximize TV ratings? Now, maybe the Columbus idea isn't as big of a deal because who really cares about the Crew game and the Blue Jackets game outside Columbus? But in
Right.
baseball, I say, hey, let's make sure this game gets in. Let's move it to one. I think in the NFL, you got a lot of money tied up with the Amazon contract on Thursday nights, NBC on Sunday nights, and Monday ESPN. Let's really try to move these games around so there's games that you and I want to see. Maybe not tonight in Columbus, but let's move these NFL games around. I kind of like this idea. What do you think?
Yeah, I kind of like it too. It will inconvenience, like you said, the fans that have tickets and make plans. I mean, if you spend a couple $100s for the tickets and you had a time to go, I'm sure you made preparations, got dog sitters, babysitters, whatever, and got time off work to make it to a specific time, and then a few days before they change it, and then everything is up in the air, and you may jeopardize that couple $100 you spent on the tickets. But at the same time, you have millions at home that like for a while there, people were going to have to choose, and they're both Guardian and Ohio State fans, between the two, what to watch. But now, because of this weather, everybody's going to be happy because of this flex of flexing the baseball game. And I know they were critical a little bit at the end of the season with the Mets and Braves not canceling a few games or playing a few games early because of the impending hurricane coming to Atlanta. And the Major League Baseball got criticized for that. But since then, they've moved a few game times. So hats off to the powers to be in MLB, and they need all the help they can. They're going against some, minorly important college games, the big noon cast now, but a lot of more eyes, I think, will be on this game today. It'll probably be this podcast will be on after it airs, but there were more eyes watching the afternoon baseball game than they would have if it had gone against the Buckeyes.
Yeah, and I think with the Guardians thing, it was more about the weather. Apparently, up in Cleveland, I guess it's going to get nasty later Saturday or whatever. But I don't know.
Big cold front coming in.
Yeah, I'm with you. If you spend a couple $100 on tickets, I know if you have a family, it's more than just a couple $100 on tickets. You got to make sure everything goes right and everything.
Babysitters, dog sitters.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, I can see that being an issue, but I'm wondering if in the grand scheme of things, you sit there and say, hey, this is an inconvenience, but for the greater good. And I'm just looking at owners' wallets. I'll tell you, if we're executives with like ESPN or NBC or one of these other networks, I would be kind of ticked off right now. I saw on Sunday, and again, this may go out after Sunday, so the game will be done by then. But there was kind of a big fight with NBC. Again, they got the Bengals and the Giants. Giants are looking a little bit better, but the Bengals aren't really playing up to snuff this year. And what was it? NBC was saying, hey, there's a Commanders Ravens game. And, the Commanders looking really good this year. Jaden Daniels.
Right, and it's a neighborhood battle, a rival, two rivals that don't really play each other often.
And CBS was saying no. And granted, CBS has paid a lot of money to try to keep those games too. But, man, if I'm the NFL, I'd sit there and say, okay, you're charging about the same for a Sunday night game than a bunch more Sunday afternoon games. So I guess my argument, if I'm NFL, is saying, hey, if I'm going to charge a similar rate for a Sunday night game, I want to make sure we keep the Sunday night, whoever carries the games, happy, I guess. I think you've got to have that flexibility in there. And, CBS might say, I think the Ravens, the Ravens and Commanders will get more ratings. I mean, you can make the argument. But, man, Sunday afternoon games always do well. If it's a great game or
with the Giants playing, if CBS, say, would have made the trade with NBC, they would have got the Giants game. And, New York market, they would turn out wholeheartedly for the Giants because they're going to watch them win, lose, or draw, bad season or good season.
Or if I'm CBS, the argument I would make to CBS is say, hey, so you can protect your whole slate of games, why don't you bid on everything? I mean, if CBS gave enough money, they could have the Sunday afternoon and Sunday night game. I mean, there's no law saying they can't do it that way, Why not?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I think it just makes sense. And you notice this in college football. I know the idea sounds a little kind of crazy and out there, but look what happens in college football. I mean, like the game Saturday night with Ohio State and Oregon, it made sense because both teams were really good. So you have it to be the Saturday night game. That was obviously made sense. But look, some of these Ohio State games coming up, we don't know what time or network they're on right now. And why is that? Well, it depends on if that's the best game or not. If Ohio State loses 3 in a row, they're not as alluring as if they keep winning and they're still like number 1 or 2 in the country. So yeah, it sounds a little jarring, but college football does that, and they do that well because like right now, you're picking the best games to be on Saturday night. Why don't we do the same thing in NFL?
Right, right. Um, so, what other big games we have this weekend? I do know Oklahoma and Texas.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be a late afternoon game coming from Dallas, and that's going to be a good draw, especially for the middle of the country and Southeastern Conference fans. That's going to be a key matchup. Texas #1, and of course Ohio State 2 and 3. Um, we'll see how this all shakes out in the new ratings with the coming week.
yeah, yeah. About schedules, I think certain games are locked into certain times. Like traditionally, Ohio State and Michigan usually play at noon. So yeah, you
Right.
protect some of the traditional. Hey, we play at a certain time. But
And they
yeah,
want that Texas Oklahoma game to be in the afternoon because of the pageantry. It's in a neutral
right.
site in Dallas, and with this Texas State Fair going on, so they just want that carnival atmosphere. And as a matter of fact, we were in Nashville all week, and of course the talk of the town was the Vanderbilt upset of Alabama, and then
Yeah,
the fans bringing the goalposts down the main drag of Broadway and dumping it in the Cumberland River. And wow, we were taking the drive down Broadway there. That's quite a journey. It's at least 3 miles from the campus to the river, so it had to be quite a sight to see that crowd going down the main street during party atmosphere. And people in Columbus probably think about their high street
right.
celebrations. This probably is ranks right up there with it.
Yeah, a lot of big celebrations in Columbus, but with Vanderbilt football never really being that great.
Right.
Yeah,
This is the first
probably.
time
Yeah.
they beat Alabama in 48 years.
Jeez. Wow. What a time. All
Talk
right.
about
Well,
once in couple generations.
well, leave a comment. We want to hear what you think. It's not just me and Guy. So leave a comment below on what you think about this. Is this a good idea? If you're a ticket holder, will you be ticked off if the games could change over a lot? And yeah, let us know what you think and give us a like, subscribe to us. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye now.